Boy, this year made a mess of it. What is a tool? What is a tool?
Something to make your job easier.
Something that allows us to do
You can have
more
a
than
flat
we
tire,
could.
you don't have to have a load wrench to the dock. You would rather be teeth and grind on and do whatever you want to. And the other thing that happens, which is what I learned years ago, I'm a goalaholic. And what he just said and did and shared with here is beautiful because he's a great student and he listens. He does what he's supposed to do and he uses every tool he's got. If you're just missing one or two tools, it could be taking away huge amounts of your income. One or two things can make all the difference in the world because you use all the tools and the first demo of the day, next thing you know you had a good demo. Next thing you know, you feel good about yourself, now your attitude and everything else is right, and the whole rest of the day goes good. And I would use every tool you got every single solitary morning. The pill plate, the examples that he used, could you share those one more time? Because that was huge, the way that you explained it. Please explain one more time, and I would recommend you write this down. I would use this, the 3 ways that he shows them that this is the benefit.
All right, this is the pill plate. I got the other plate with the veggies in my hand. And I simply go, guys, there's a big problem in America here today. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, hypertension. And by the time we get down to about 7 years old, we're taking something that looks a little bit like this. Now guys, let me ask you a simple question. Which one of these do you think tastes better? This one or this one?
You got that? Which one tastes better? Number one. Go ahead.
Which one do you think is healthier for you? This one or this one?
Which one is healthier for you?
Now, which one costs more? That's the rising cost in healthcare right there, folks. This is God's goodness. We just don't want to pour the goodness down the drain.
What do you want to eat for the rest of your life?
What do you want to eat for the rest of your life? That's good.
I want this for just a second. I have no credit for the pill plate. The pill plate was something that was created by Mark Tamiris. Mark, thank you very much. He started using something like this, I don't know, 5, 6 years ago. It's just a perfect example, and I have Sherry making another one where we're taking 10 prescription drugs and putting them on a plate in a bottle. On the bottle, gluing the bottle to the plate as another potential example.
That's Rob's idea, isn't it?
Was that Rob's?
Yeah. That's Rob's.
Yeah, Rob. I think it's a great idea. Thank you very, very, very much. I appreciate that. Because all these tools help you never have an excuse. If you use all these tools, you have no excuses, sir. The most dynamic talk I've ever heard in my life last year was Sal's "No Excuses, Sir." How many of you were there and experienced that? It was just great. Because what this does, it removes the excuses. It makes everything work if you use every tool you got. But if you leave a few of them out, it's like sitting in a phone booth with 34 cents. You got to have 35 cents to make a call today. Yes, sir.
I think this is huge. I don't know if anybody watched the news, but 2 days ago, many of the top blood pressure medicines have been recalled for causing cancer. One of them is one that I just refilled and I've been taking, so I can't wait.
I did not know that.
Remember which one?
Real
what's my name?
stand up and speak up. I mean, I know your voice.
It's pretty loud with that voice.
Well, about 2 weeks ago, they removed a few medications that are blood pressure medicines from the market. They recalled them. So I went through the list to see which one was mine. And then just 2 days ago, right after I refilled my blood pressure medicine, it's the second one. It's amlodipine. And it's my second 5 milligram. It's been recalled for causing cancer. And also the HTZ. I used to take lisinopril HTZ. So anything that is combined with the HTZ, they have just pulled from the market, and that was all over Facebook and the news 2-3 days ago. So that's, it just hit me when you brought that pill plate out, that just another reason, you know, the medicines we're taking are causing even more problems.
Pass it back to Linda.
I also had my blood pressure stuff taken away too. The FDA recalled it. And what they don't tell you is the replacement for it is not covered by Medicare. So now my doctor has to go find one that my Medicare will cover. I've been out with medication for almost 2 weeks. My eye is starting to twitch.
So yours was one of the first ones.
Yeah, kind of, this eye's twitching right now. So, I mean, it is very serious what happens here when they quit giving you your medication. Number one, anybody will tell you, especially a doctor, you do not stop your heart medication, your blood pressure medication, or anything else. The instant stop on it is almost a death sentence. Your body can't handle that drastic change, and they have to wean you off it. Guess what I'm doing? I'm still taking my own medication because Walmart can't fill the medication. I got stalled 10 days with them sitting there saying, oh, it's on back order. They were supposed to have it to me in 2 days.
Wow, Jason, this is all new stuff to me.
Yeah, there's no side effects to
Well, you know what, that makes our bill plate more popular than ever.
And we have to tackle what
Because there'll be people sitting in your show that have hereditary blood pressure problems, whatever. They can correct them by cooking right, eating right, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Mr. Rodwell, sir.
In all fairness, I'm just reading it here. Some of the recalls are because they had the wrong medicine in the bottle, not that the medicine that's supposed to be there is bad. Hydrochlorothiazide is one of them. It was not that the hydrochlorothiazide was bad. They sent it out with the wrong medicine in the bottle.
Okay. Welcome to the American Medical Association. Okay.
God knows what you got.
Well,
I'll buy some.
sir, go ahead.
So let's just not do any of it to start with and eat good food, okay?
Yes.
Just to take care of all of this.
I have something on Pearl Plate I want to add in, and I don't know if it's...
Real loud, please.
But, I would always say, okay, how many of y'all are taking vitamins on a regular basis? I didn't see very many hands go up right now. How many of y'all are taking prescription medication on a regular basis?
Of course.
Okay, now that kind of ticks a lot of people off. So, I don't know.
The way I countered that was,
I don't ask.
how many Americans, not you guys in my booth, but out there, are taking medication? Everybody said a whole lot of us. So I took that out of my audience.
Yeah.
I don't want them to feel bad, and I didn't want them to get a bad feeling, so I don't say, how many of you are taking medication? Not you guys, but the people outside my booth. How many Americans are taking way too many of
The
them?
value of our testimonies, and you getting those testimonies that we're putting online is more valuable than ever before. We just got to figure out a way, Brian, to get them out to the rest of the world. Mr. Kelch?
If you want everybody to raise their hand, all you have to say is how many of us here are or know someone who is taking medicine. And everybody will raise their hand. Because everybody knows something.
How many of you are or know somebody that is taking medications for this, that, or whatever? And then take that little guy that was up at the Pennsylvania Farm Show and watch this video, and it will just blow your mind. By the way, something every one of you need to do. Every one of you need to take a whole half a day and sit down with your computer and watch every testimony that we have online. So you know where they are, you need to refer them. You need to tell people to go to the website. You need to tell them to do it while they're at your show, if even possible. Because if you go to our website, you look at the reviews of the people whose lives have changed by cooking right, eating right, and changing the diet, you will be amazed. There's one lady that da-da-da-da, another one da-da-da-da, and be able to know where they are. So if all of a sudden somebody says, well, I got a real bad cholesterol problem, you know, go to the line and watch this guy, his name's Fred, and be able to direct them to those testimonies. They're priceless, for heaven's sakes.
Another tool.
Another tool, exactly, precisely right, Mark, another tool. While I have Nicholas up here, Nicholas is a graduate of the CIA, Culinary Institute of America. He's a great chef, he's a great presenter, and he's doing a fabulous job, and against all odds. And Amy, you can't even imagine how important it is, because I don't think we could have kept Nicholas alive without you, because he's got to have somebody to share his life with, and that's great, wonderful, and thank you very much for being there. And by the way, if you don't think training pays, his residual income from training Jason was something well over $6,000. And if you train 10 of those a year, that's $20,000 more than the average American is making all year long. Give him a hand. Bravo. 9,000, I'm sorry.
Now we're going to dinner.
And now we're going to dinner. He generated $9,000 in income from training Jason McVeigh. Now, let's talk about that for just a second, and I know it's part of our program later, but you know, why can't we just pick all winners? Why can't we just all pick number one, wow, holy cow people?
Because you can't.
I was at the Ritz-Carlton in Orlando. I made sure I was free. I asked the little gal who was waiting at the Ritz-Carlton. They interviewed 100 to hire one, and she went through 7 interviews to be a waitress. Lauria, you're doing a great job. Give Lauria a hand. She's finding some really good people. We're learning different strengths and things that we're looking for. Today, anybody that's not working is flat out lazy. We got a lot of applications of people that are wanting to make career changes. We're looking at hiring more and more couples. It is the hardest thing in the world today to find what is the ingredients that makes it or doesn't make it, because we've all had the bad experiences, we've all had the good experiences. Kate, you and your sister 20 years ago put together an unbelievable team to include Stuart and Charlie, and I can go on, people that are still here that by all means was a result of her giving them 110%. You gave Jason 110%. Where did your training start, Jason and Kim?
Where did it start?
Where did it start?
Taste of Charlotte.
Pardon?
The Taste of Charlotte.
Where did it start before that?
With Dean.
Am I correct that they didn't come up to somebody's house and set up an exhibit in a garage? Who was that?
Oh, no, I set my booth up in my garage.
In your garage, and you practice and practice and practice, and when you came to your show, you knew what you were doing. The folks, if they come in, they're not committed, they're about as committed as a kamikaze pilot on his 15th mission. Gotta think that through, Sal. Okay, it ain't gonna work. They're not committed. And one of the things that we gotta do, Lori, is we gotta get these people committed, that when they show up, what we've had is they go, hey, I'm here to train, man. And you're like, I haven't opened the book yet, but I'm gonna come and see if this is fun. We've got to get the right people. It's hard. Guess where some of the best right people are? At the shows. That's how I always hire my best right people who are on the shows. Lori's over there talking to Craigslist, who knows on the other side of the world, has no idea what this guy's going to be. They send in an audition and it looks great. You know, if you do the horror stories we could tell you, it would scare you to death. But bottom line, does Jason and Kim look like anybody unusual? What's your background, Jason?
Sales.
What's your background, Kim?
A little bit of.
Okay.
And plumbing.
Pardon?
Plumbing.
And plumbing. And then you drove a truck and you delivered for Lowe's, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
I've got a plumbing and appliance business.
Plumbing and appliances, okay. So look for plumbers and appliance delivery. We don't know. There's 3 ingredients. They got to give it, they got to want it, and they have to have the ability to do it. When I met Brett Coleman, I believe, Brett, you were driving a forklift, if I'm not mistaken, up in Michigan? No, who was it that was driving a forklift? Somebody was driving a forklift. Forget who it was, okay? You know, we could maybe ask Cap Benfield what he was doing. We could ask, there are no special ingredients. It's about the person. It's what's inside. You know, I know you may have told the story up in New York. When we were up in New York, there was a balloon salesman out there, and he was, when business got slow, he would let a balloon go. And he's probably the best real understanding of what we look for in people. And he would let a white balloon go, he let a blue balloon go, and kids would see the balloons. Oh, Mommy, I want a balloon. They come over and get the balloon. There was this little boy watching him, and he said, hey, mister, if you let a black balloon go, will it go up? And the wise balloon salesman said, it doesn't matter what color it is. It's what's inside that makes it go up. And that is so dead on true. Finding people that's got the grit. Mark, that was one of the big key words Robin we used was grit. They've got to have grit. If they ain't got grit, they're not going to make it as a UPS driver, not going to make it a doctor, a lawyer, not going to make it anything, because they won't stick with anything. How many people did you start with in college? And how many finished college? Okay, think about that. And by all means, you'll understand that it is like anything else, you got to find the right people, and helping us find them is important. Nick, thank you very, very much, and I'm glad that that was $9,200. Actually, I said $6,200, $9,200. Yes, you overstated.
Let me say something real quick.
Yes.
About Nicholas. The patience of this man.
The patience of this man
is amazing.
Is amazing.
He stopped training we were in the Airbnb,
Yeah.
and he said, Jason, why do you not trust me? And I liked that instead of him just holding it in, he came straight to me, and we both just laughed. My wife was just laughing. She said, it's not you, Nicholas, it's him. I ask why and why and why until I get it. And he was just tired of it. He's like, Jason, just trust me. I just had to say that.
Ross and Jennifer's trainer quit halfway through their training, correct? Did she finish your training? Bottom line, are you successful because of that? No, you had the grit. You had it inside. Kevin Bedfield, you went to what, 2 shows? 1 show. You went to 1 show with his trainer, that's it. Been the #1 position for 16 straight years. Okay? So it is what's inside the person. So you did a fabulous job. Thank you for being patient, but at the same time, you guys have the drive and the desire and position.
He worked really hard in Kentucky. I mean, he cut his eye teeth in Kentucky.
He was a monster at Kentucky.
Yeah.
I've got a video of him. He did not stop. There was no such thing as a break. He just kept going. Okay, one more thing I need to mention before. Nicholas, thank you very much. Good guy. Tomorrow, Robin, if I'm correct, we start, for those who want, it starts at 8, and for those who want to come in at 6, they're welcome to. And we're going to have a recognition dinner this evening. We're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun, and we got a community room or whatever, which is on the first floor. And we're going to have a bar set up if anybody wants to come out. And Lori put it together. Now, she's a country girl from Umatilla, Florida. She knows how to put a bar together. Okay. And I believe we also have drink coupons for dinner tonight.
Okay, just hold on, one thing at a time. Number one, if you're coming tomorrow morning, there's going to be a sign-up sheet over here.